Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I want to start a new project and this one is going to be a rainbow book. I just got the idea and I'm going for it. Okay, we're going to see if this is popular. So what I've done is I've gathered together all the colours of the rainbow in my fabrics, and as you can see I've got them a lot in here. And what I'm doing is I'm just sort of going through my stash and grabbing the colours that I want. So, red. So I'm going to do Richard of York gave battle in vain. So there's 7 pages in the book and red is the first one. Now, red is a really tricky colour to match together. And you think it's red and then you get it out and you think, actually, that's pink. And this doesn't match that red. It looks awful. So I've got out all the reds I've got, basically. And I've also got out some white because I think I'm going to need some sort of relief in the background. And I've got out these that I've sewn on that I haven't used anywhere. So I thought these might be a nice little focal point. Or this, not sure yet, which I've made. Like for the 3 little yo-yos. Oh no, it's one big long one and I've just twirled it. That's what I've done. Been a while. So I've got all sorts and we are just going to start. You see, now I think that's more pink now. Now I'm looking at it. I thought it was red. This is sort of red. I found that one. And I quite like that. I do have to straighten up some of these edges because they're very wonky. Do you know what? Let's not straighten them. Let's just put them on. We can cut round it, can't we? So if we put this one on, we're just going to have a bit of a practice. And I think it looks nice with the white. I've also got a bit of cream out. But I don't know if I'm going to use it. We're just going to see what happens. Now this is just a real scrap. I'm just going to take some of the little bits off, because I think they're just going to be a bit of a nuisance. And I've got my little saver, so I'm going to put that in there. Red is such a tricky colour. Right, so we've got a bit of tartan. See, already it looks a bit overpowering. So we need to lighten it up a little bit. Now, do we put this on? So, if you want to join me, you don't need to get all yours out in one go. I was just once I'd started collecting, I just got a bit carried away. But you can just get out whatever bits you've got. If you want to just do the red page first, that's fine. Just carry on. Or if you want to start with a different colour. I nearly started with blue, I've got to admit. I nearly did start with a blue because, you know, favourite colour. Red, very tricky colour. Blues all seem to go together. But red is just not. Look, this one is red, doesn't match. It's very strange. This one I think will. I'm going to put a bit of cream in the middle. Not all that. I'm sure you'll all agree it's a bit tricky to match red. But, you know, we've got to have a red page. So we're starting with the most awkward. And then we're going to carry on. Oh, I've got some more hearts. This is a very love page. It's a love page. What about this? Can we do this? Is this pink or is it red? I think it's too much. Oh, we can put these on. I could put these on. That would break that up. I've still got a gap. Let's turn that round. It's a lot of fiddling around. But that's the fun bit. Just sort of trying to match them. And just see what looks nice. Tuck that one under. Now I've got this, which I cut out to make flowers. So I'm thinking maybe I can put half of that on. And I've got a gap. Do we put this one on or do we take that off? So, I think this is too much. I've got some net and some foil as well. So I could just sort of fold this until it makes a little flower, and we can add this. So there's sort of decoration afterwards, and I've got some, what do you call this? You know, eyelash trim, that's the stuff. And I've got some tapestry wool as well, but again, it's a funny red. So, oh, I could do that. If you hid underneath there. I'm quite liking it. We're getting there. I'm not sure whether this should go up to there, like that. Oh, I quite like that. You can come across. Something like this. And I think that would do for a red page. I'm not too sure if this is going to go on. What I might do is stitch this down. And I'm using my old thrifted wool, nylon stitching, and this one which is really old as well. And I've got some red, so I'm going to do red on the white and white on the red, if you see what I mean. So what I'm going to do is quickly tack this down, and then I'll come back and we'll do some stitching together. Okay, so I've got like the first layer put down, and before I go any further, I better tell you what I'm using for my base, which is an old pillowcase that I've just cut up into 6x4 pages. You can make yours whatever size you like. Mine was going to be a little one, but then I found so many cute pieces of fabric that I just wanted to use all of it. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so we're just going to start stitching, and I've got these bits still to go on. So I can't remember where they were going. Was this one? I think I might put it. Ooh, and should we put the circle on? I know it's got a bit of purple, but you know, I quite like that. Sort of not a circle. It's a sort of a circle. Let's just see if I can make it more of a circle. Not that it really matters, but just be nice, wouldn't it? Could have it coming off the page. I might put that on. So I'm going to grab one of my reds. And you can do whatever stitch you like. We're just going to play and stitch along together. I got the idea because I saw on a video, YouTube, yes, somebody doing a glue book, a colour page glue book. Now I've done one of those before and it was super fun. And you just found like loads of pieces of paper and pictures all in the same colour scheme and put them together on a page. And I thought, I remember doing it glue booking, and I thought, why can't we do it with fabric? So that was the idea. That's how it came about. So I do hope you're going to join in and have a little play. And I'm just going to put all of my pieces on. My pieces. Yes, the words are doing well today. I've had an early start, so, you know, as normal. My day off, so I'm awake at the same time as I would go to work. And I'm going to stitch this all the way. I've just done a couple of straight stitches down there. And now I'm going to go back to this sort of straight over the edge stitch, and I know it's going to be difficult to see because I'm sort of stitching red on red, but I'll try and zoom in. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so that was where I got my idea from. And I haven't forgotten about the fabric lace book, but I'm actually doing this early because, as you know, I'm going away for, I think it's 9 days we're camping for. Yeah, I know, the weather's changed now in the UK, so obviously it's going to be raining. So I may take this with me. That was my plan. If I get time, I might do some of my pages and I'll try and sort of do a video while I'm camping. I thought that might be quite fun. They might be short, you know, just little catch-ups. Oh, will you go underneath there, please? Thank you. Or I may try and do sort of just a quick catch-up. And I think it will be fun. So you can see me do the next page. Richard, oh, that'll be the orange page, won't it? I haven't got a lot of orange, so that's going to be a strange one to do. I've just cycled to the shop to get my prescription, and I'm like, I just got back and it started to rain and it's getting darker. So I'm got my fingers crossed that it doesn't go too dark, that you can't actually see what I'm doing. Right, let's just do, what should we do? Should we just do a straight stitch around this one? So we're just going to do little straight stitches of various lengths, because we're not worried whether they're straight or whether they're wonky or whether they're different sizes. If you want to practice and try and keep them all the same size, then off you go. Off you go. Try and make them neat. I could. This is a little piece from a fabric with some big massive stamps on. And I've only got a little tiny piece. Well, it's not tiny, it's about this big. And it's got a few different colours on. But I thought it'd make quite a nice little focal point for this page. Oh, I am being quite neat, look at me. And they're all roughly the same size. I'm just going to basically go all the way round. So yeah, I'm very excited to be going away. It seems like forever since we last went camping. And it probably wasn't that long ago. It's just that we just love it. It's just so relaxing. And we're taking our new little doggy.
Don't take it. Come on, don't take it. Take it.
Ziggy. Ziggy has now become part of the family. We were, I don't know if I told you, I can't remember, but we were walking him for a lady who rescued him from the dog, you know, from the kennels. And he was a bit naughty. So she couldn't really cope with him. And we said, well, we'll take him out for a walk, because, you know, we miss taking the dog for a walk. And so we started taking him with us. And when she heard we were going away for a week, she said, I can't cope with him. He's if he doesn't get this walk, you know, the walks that we do him, he gets really, really boisterous, I think is the word. He's only a puppy. He's about 15 months old. So, you know, he needs lots of exercise. So he's now, you know, it was either he goes back to the kennel, which neither of us could cope with. You know, it's not fair. It's not his fault. So we've sort of adopted him. And he's coming on holiday with us. So it'll be his first camping trip. So we're going to see how he goes. Hopefully he'll just, you know, chill along with us. And we're going to go for lots and lots of walks. There'll be we're going down to Weymouth. So, you know, it's all Jurassic Coast and it's going to be fabulous. So I'm looking forward to that. He's a good excuse to walk further than we usually do. Sometimes we just go for a little walk and we go, oh, should we go back now? He needs long walks. He's very full of energy. And I'll show you some photos when we're away. I'll take some photos. Maybe a video. He loves to swim as well. So, you know, it's all going to be, it's going to be good. It's going to be good for all of us. We can all bond. So yeah, it's all very exciting. My new job, honestly, everything's just happening. I just haven't got time to do. I want to put more videos up, but I just don't have time. It's all. Life has just got so hectic lately. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's been the summer and we've been out doing more. I don't know. It's all a bit, you know, exhausting. I'll go back to work on Monday. I'm having a rest. Well, I won't be having a rest now because I've got to learn a new job. It'll be fun. It'll be fine. I will be fine. I keep telling myself this, you know. Changing jobs at my age is a bit crazy, but out my comfort zone and everything. So I think your book size will depend on how many scraps you have of different colours. So that's why I sort of gathered mine together a bit, because then I could tell that maybe my red, which is the colour I haven't got a lot of, would sort of, if I can fill a 6x4 page, then that's the size of the book. I mean, blue, I could make a book, you know, a foot big. I've got so much blue. But let's start with the tricky one, I thought. Let's start with the tricky one. Oh, am I going to have enough? Well, that was nice. That was a lovely little bit of stitching down there. I might make it. That would be weird, wouldn't it? Do you often find that? You've cut exactly the right length for what you're doing. Got a gap there. I'll have to fill that in with something. It's where the fabric's already cut. I didn't cut it. It had a cut in it. But, you know, you still got to use them. Use them scraps up. And this is a great way to use the scraps that you're not going to use. Oh, don't come unthreaded on the last stitch. Naughty needle. I'm sort of quite liking it as it is. I do want to put this on. And I'm thinking it would look really nice if I just stitched it on up there. What do you think? I like that. Could go down there. Actually, that looks nice as well. Ooh. If I put that up there, I could do maybe a little strip of this at the top. I've got the little edge, you know, like the seam. Maybe I could put that on the top. That would look quite cool, wouldn't it? Let's stitch that on. Why not? Why not? Just, you know, play. Make it however you want to make it. And we'll just we'll do all our pages and then we'll put them together in a book. I think that's the way to go. And I've had an idea from one of my subscribers, and she says, why don't we make a needle book? I know there's a lot of tutorials out there with needle books, so I will bow to popular decisions. Decisions? Idea? No, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for, guys? The majority. If you want me to do a wonky needles book, because you know it's going to be wonky, it's not going to be a perfect neat needle book, then let me know. My other idea is to do like a sampler book. I quite like the idea of doing that as well. I mean, we've got loads to do. We've got so many stitches we can do. So many ideas are in my head. Is that on? Oh, look at that. It's like a little flap. I like it. I might just stitch that down a bit more along the bottom now as well. And I can only do one at a time because it's quite thick. If you haven't got one of these ready-made, then just grab some buttons and stitch them onto a little scrap of fabric. They make great embellishments for your journals as well. So you can always use them in journals. They make great safety pin clusters as well. You know, if you've got or what's the other word? The paper clip ones. So really nice, easy idea, that one. I'm not going to stitch it down. Oh, I am going to stitch this down. Right, get over there. Okay, so we'll just come to the edge of there. And we may do some little stitches, little running stitch down there. Oh, hang on. No, hang on a minute. Hang on, this has got to go. This is underneath. So I've got to catch that. So I'm going to come right to the edge. Might just do some more of these. These are quite nice stitches, aren't they? Could do a bit of a blanket stitch. You can't actually see it. So what I'll do is I'll just... Now, got to keep this flat. Because otherwise it's not going to sit straight, is it? So just keep patting it back down again. Patting it down. Just like that. You can do as much or as little as you like on your pages. If you've got any clusters, I've got a few for the next. I've got some in my bag ready to use in one of my next pages. But you can just add clusters that you've already made if they're all the right colour. And I know this white isn't in there, but I just couldn't put all them reds together. They just did not match. I haven't got enough. I haven't got enough reds. So look at that. This stitch looks really nice going around the edges of these. Flat, flat. No, you're not flat, are you? You've got a bobble, Carol, look. You've got a bobble. That's because you didn't catch that. Oh, well, never mind. No bobble. A little bit. Doesn't matter. And I'm going to go a little straight stitch across there. I'm just going to change stitches right across. running stitch along like that. That's pretty cool. And there has to be something interactive, doesn't there? Right, so I've got these lots of hearts. That could be like a tree. Oh, I'm going to put that there. Or should I use a little one? Should I use that one? I haven't got to cut so much then. I'll cut you across there. Right, I'm going to put this one on. I've got a bit of cream here. I might use that. And if it looks like a tree, ow, it doesn't matter. Just go with it. Go with it. Go with the flow. There's no rules. We don't have rules. We just stitch. Just enjoy it. Ugh, don't enjoy that. Okay. I'm going to turn round and go back up the other side. Keep it flat. I think we can take out the basting stitches in a minute. And I know I've got loads more out that I could use, but I don't want to overdo it, and I don't want to make my videos like hours and hours long, because nobody has time for that. Too much to do. Right, I do think I need something down there, but I'm going to take these basting stitches out first. I feel like I ought to use this now I've got it out, but don't have to. Don't have to. I do want to use this. This is really nice. I could just put it on top of there. Could put it coming down there. Oh, I quite like it there. Not all the way, but down to there maybe. Ah, yes. Okay. Where's my cotton? So I think I'm going to stitch this sort of there. Not all the way up. I'm leaning on my scissors. And try and keep it straight. I'll try. Right, I'm not going to come down in that corner. I'm just going to skip underneath and go down the side. That's it. Just like that. Just like that. I'm showing my age now. Not good, is it? That'll hide the lump that I left because I didn't sew it properly. It's all about hiding the mistakes, guys. All about hiding the mistakes. Do I want to go right the way down there, or do I want to stop before I get there? No, I think we'll go there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the bottom of that to make it not have corners. Like that. I'm going to be careful as I'm going to cut my cotton. I think that will look much nicer. Okay, and we're back. And it's in a book, so it's not like it's going to have to be like washed and worn or used every day. So, you know, don't worry if you miss a few stitches or bits aren't stuck down properly. Doesn't matter. Long as you're enjoying your stitching, that's the main thing. Up we go. Bit of a, oh no, we're going to stop there. It's getting thick. I just do one at a time. And I'm going to go just down there, come back up at the top, just to hold that bit down. That's it. Okay, I think all we need to do now is just add something down here. I've got this, I know I've got to stitch this down as well, I know that, but you know, I can do that. I'm just wondering, I've got this, it's really lovely frayed edge. I'm just wondering if I put a strip of this across the bottom, which is just gorgeously frayed. I just think it looks really nice. Maybe not all the way. I'll take that bit off. Oh, it might fray even. I think that just looks so cool. So let's put a few stitches in it. Yep. Do a bit of a running stitch. You're not going to see these. Not really. Do a little stitch on the top and a big one underneath. And I'm using 2 strands of embroidery thread again, and I've managed to make that quite tight, so I need to just pull it out a bit. There we go. I don't want it all puckering up. There we go. On we go. Running stitch along, and I'll come back along the top. Oh, no you don't. Oh, no you don't. We'll have none of that. None of that messing about. Oh, the amount of times I've stabbed myself doing this. It's because there's not a lot to hold on to, I think. Then we'll just come along the top just to hold those fraying edges in. It's a bit thick there, so just one stitch at a time. Going through quite a few layers. Now it should get a bit easier. I quite like the red and the white. I think it's really sweet together. And what I'm going to do is some, I don't know if you'll see them, so I'm going to do a row and see if you can see them. Because this is quite woolly in this fabric. So I'm going to go up and down a bit, I think. Just like that. Big stitches because I can just about see them. But they're there. If I did little ones, you probably wouldn't see them at all. I might go back. I've got more cotton on, so what I might do is I might go back as well. That's all there is to it. Just do whatever you want. You don't have to follow my rules. My rules. So just feel free to just stitch wherever you want to stitch. There's no rules that say you have to do a certain pattern or a certain, just. So just stitch where you want to stitch on your piece. If you don't want to do a lot of stitching, then don't. If you want to completely embroider it all over, make flowers. We might do that later on another page. The yellow one would be good to make the flowers on. We could do some like daisies or something. There we go. I've used up most of that one now. And I think I'm going to call that page done. Page 1, red, done. I don't know about putting some red stitches up and down here. I quite like the white contrast. What do you think? Do let me know in the comments what you think, and if you're going to join in. I love hearing you, and I read all my comments. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you next week for orange. Bye for now.